So we're going to quickly chat with our friend today. Like I told you guys, we will be chatting with Motara Odunayo on the show this morning. I love to catch them anytime they come to town. I catch them before they run out of town. She is a worshiper. She is a songwriter, a singer. She's a speaker. She's a media personality. I got to know one more that she is. I just learned one more. I don't know if I should tell them yet. She's a mom. She's Mama Beji. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Motara.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm so excited to be here.
So delighted to have you with us today. Really delighted. Now, I talked about you on the show some days ago, but people didn't know it was you. So I said there's a friend of mine I have who is in town, and all I had to do was ask her, how has your stay been so far? And that was all I needed. That was all I needed to say, and it just opened up a lot. So let me just ask you: you've been in Nigeria for a bit, a few days now. Mm-hmm. How has it been?
Well, it's been good, but it's also been kind of a bit frustrating, especially when you have to get around town. It's like, I should have been here about 30-40 minutes ago, but it took me almost 2 hours. So it's frustrating going from one place to the other. So but let's just continue to pray for Nigeria, please. Everywhere you are, anywhere you are, if you're in Nigeria, if you're outside Nigeria, please continue to pray for Nigeria. That's just, my heart really goes out to the people. My heart goes out to the everyday man, the common man, because you see people really struggling on the streets daily. And someone like me, I just can't but notice some of these things, and each time I'm like, God, I tend to want to give up, but I'm like, God, there's nothing you cannot do, so just fix this country. Yeah, so that's if you ask me how my stay has been, I'll say it's been good, but we will just continue to pray for Nigeria. Hashtag pray for Nigeria.
Last, at the end of the day, that's the hashtag we're going to conclude with.
Yeah.
Okay, so now before I leave this Nigeria matter here, I also noticed that over the months and maybe years now, you have consistently shown passion for Nigeria, and also you particularly articulate your wanting to help in the little way you can, and you are far away in the US. What would you say influences that passion or that will I say empathy now for people who are far away back home, that you think these guys might be dealing with a lot?
Okay, so first of all, I don't like to deceive myself. So even though I live outside Nigeria, I feel like I'm still very much connected to Nigeria in many ways, because my family's here and I have lots of friends here. And I try to do the little I can, as much as I can offline. But then COVID happened. So unfortunately, I was also impacted with COVID. My job, I got furloughed on my job back in the US. But fortunately, we have a working system, right? So the government already put things in place and we were getting paid. So a lot of people didn't want to go back to their job because the money they were getting from the unemployment thing was a lot more than what they were even getting paid working. So the system worked. And then I started talking to a few friends, and I noticed that between that period, my husband and I had a lot of people reaching out to us from Nigeria, like, what's going on? And people were just complaining about how it's so hard to make ends meet. So apparently, I realized that the Nigerian government didn't have anything in place for the people. And, so we continue to do the little that we can, with the people that we know. And then I released a single, and I around that time, and I was looking, okay, what's the best way to just reach out to people online? I don't do like online stuff. I do my stuff privately, but I thought that doing that would be a way to, first of all, just reach out to people that I don't know randomly, people that I know will never be able to repay me in any way. And secondly, just to encourage some of my other friends to chip in and, to join in. Yeah. So, and I started, I'm like, okay, we'll give this much amount away if you do this and do this. And I didn't even reach out to anybody at that point. But before I knew what was happening, a couple of other people reached out privately, and they were like, hey, I want to pay, for 2 more people. So people say, I'm like, oh wow, this is really cool. So I would say, my heart really goes out because we have family and friends here. So even though we are abroad, you cannot, except if you want to deceive yourself, you cannot really feel disconnected. You have to feel that pain. You have to feel the pain of a father with 2-3 children who has lost his job and there is no means of income. What is it supposed to feed on? And there is no government to provide any kind of stipend. I mean, we got stimulus checks, we got unemployment insurance, we got and in Houston where I live, there's a regular food bank, Houston Food Bank, that people, even before COVID, people go there every week. It's set up in any churches, and randomly people can go there. You can carry as much food as you can. So food is not even a problem. So I don't know how I can, apart from the fact that I'm a Christian, which of course should be the core of compassion. I feel like as a human being, I cannot stand back and watch another human being suffering. Or not, when people tell me that I can't even feed, and these people are not lying. Like some people will reach out to my husband and I like, we can't even feed, like we don't even know what we eat this morning. And I'm like, really? So I mean, and that just kind of touched me. So I thought, if people that I know are going through this, how about some random people that I don't know? And that's just kind of how it started. I started in online last year, when COVID, a few months into COVID. So, and I just want to take this opportunity to encourage everyone that is watching me, especially those of you in the abroad, though. Please do not forget your people at home. Yeah. Please do not. If it's the little you can, and I mean, the dollar or pound or whatever, the exchange rate is even in your favor now. So even if it's just 100 pounds you have, or $100, 100 whatever currency, it's going to go a long way to just reach out to somebody. You'll be surprised how many people you feed with $100. So Wow.
Very well said. I mean, good to have Motara live and direct in our studios here in Lagos, Nigeria. It's really good. Okay, so you were off for, when I say off, I mean off the music scene for a long period of time. And then you got, if I was when you got back, that then we started talking. So, and after that point, you've dropped. You seem to be like you're back now. So tell us, what happened before the break, and what led to the break, and what informed the return.
Okay, so before the break, I mean, I just wanted to do my thing. I love music, and I'm gifted with writing songs. I may not be the best singer out there anyway, but I just try to express myself with the words that God gives me through music. And so I got married to my amazing husband, who is also a music producer. So and let me just put a caveat here. So if you're a lady out there and you think you want to marry a music producer, and it's every day you people will be releasing single, just beware. You probably will be doing one a year. Okay, that's a joke. Sorry babe, I didn't mean to call you out. Okay, let me get serious.
Right.
Okay, so then I started doing my thing on my own, and then I met my husband, who happened to live in the UK then. So I had to move. I moved, and we moved from the UK to the US, and family and all kinds of obligations. And so the break was actually due to family, like just trying to get ourselves settled. And then God blessed us with twins, and oh gosh, the most amazing but tiring thing ever.
I know, right?
So, and so, I mean, as a woman especially, sometimes you have to prioritize. I mean, God bless those who are able to juggle everything together, but I just knew I had to, something's got to give. So I had to find a way to, prioritize, and music became something that I was just doing like in my personal space. So, but after a while, when things started settling and I knew I had the capacity, I went back to recording. And so last year, I think I only recorded two singles. And this year, we actually shot a music video last week. So
for
a new song,
for a new song.
Yes, for a new music that hopefully will be releasing soon. I mean, these days it takes me about maybe 6 months to get one song out. I don't know, but but we're gonna get there. So I mean, so the return now is things are a bit more stable. My kids are, they're 3 years old, so it's getting easier. And I'm just at that place where I feel I can take on more. I have more capacity to do more than I had in the past few years.
Oh,
so,
wow. Okay, so time is running fast, but let's still try to take advantage of the little we have. Before we talk about some other thing that I will want us to share, your single Okpelo Majasi, yeah, I want us to talk about the message in it, because coming at a time when, let's be real, man, it's not looking like a very praisey situation. It's looking more like a crazy situation. And you're prophesying now, or encouraging, or whatever, that Okpelo Majasi, which basically means it will end in praise. What exactly is the message around that, and what personal revelation do you have about it?
Thank you. So, again, most of my songs that I write are my own experiences that I transcribe by the help of the Holy Spirit into music. So, Okpelo Majasi was a song that dropped in my heart when I was encouraging my sister. My sister has been sick for about a year plus now, and it's been a very challenging season for my family generally. So, I find myself encouraging her and telling her, "Don't worry, sis. It will end in praise. You'll be fine. It will end in praise." And every day I was saying that. And one day I just said, "Emma worry Okpelo Majasi." I'm like, so, and I started saying it in Yoruba because I felt like it carried more power in Yoruba, like Okpelo Majasi, like it will end in praise. Don't worry. And I found myself really always praying to God that, this will end in praise, Okpelo Majasi. And it now became a song. One day my husband and I, sometimes we just mess around in the studio, and I sang this. I'm like, oh, this song is coming to my head, and it's like, oh, that's cool. Okpelo Majasi, Okpelo Majasi, ohun tí mo béèrè lọ́wọ́ Olúwa. Okpelo Majasi, meaning everything that we are asking God for, it will end in praise. And that's how the song came about. So it's a personal song for me. I tell my sister, I said, this is your song, because she started singing it, and we still trust God. And I just want to add that sometimes too, it ending in praise doesn't mean it's going to be the outcome that we are expecting. Like, oh, okay, maybe I'm going out for a job interview, I say Okpelo Majasi, and the job interview doesn't come through. It doesn't necessarily mean that it didn't end in praise, because guess what? If you didn't get the job, it still ended in praise. Maybe God has something better. So it ending in praise is the situation turning out according to God's will, according to God's plan. So we just have to hope and pray that things work out for us, and I pray it all ends in praise for us in Jesus' name.
Amen. Really big prayer right there. We have Motara Odunayo here with us in the studio, live and direct.
And I am glad to be here.
Yeah, such a pleasure, really. Such a pleasure, such a huge pleasure. Okay, so before, I think it was during your hiatus, you did some, you got involved in a few things, like this media thingy where you used to share stuff. Maybe would I call it a podcast now, or would I call it a TV show? That was something that was going on for a while. What's up with that?
Okay, so that was Motara Speaks.
Yes, thank you. Motara Speaks.
Okay, so again, it's my husband and I. So, we talk a lot. My husband and I, we are we can gist for Africans. So we just share a lot of stuff, biblically and just generally. And, we just thought, okay, why don't you just convert some of these things to like short speeches? And I like to talk. So, he would record me. He's a self-taught videographer, so he started with the little he knew with green screen, and it was just so the goal was just to share whatever truth that I thought I had discovered, or whatever truth that I thought I know, because the truth is, one of the things we do is, I could assume that people know these things, but they really don't. I could assume that, everybody is kukuma, just like say, there's a church anywhere, there's no need to start a new church. But hey, what if God is really calling you? Just do the one that God has sent you to do. So we just started it, and it was just us sharing the truth that each time God helped us discover. And we just did it for fun. I just put it on YouTube. And later, I think I took a break from that again. Don't mind me. I start stuff and sometimes take a break, but the goal was just to share truth that that I think God is leading us to share. And for the most part, we usually get feedback, and I don't believe in it's good to have a lot like me. Well, thank God for Praiseworld Radio. Maybe you guys don't even have 1 million followers, but I think it's more about impact. So it could be 1 or 2 persons who says, wow, that video you did, I didn't, think about it that way. It really blessed me. I remember there was a video, one of the episodes I did was about social media. And this was like, 4 or 5 years ago. And I said something that people won't show you you don't see a couple's fight on social media. They will show, if I want to take a picture with my husband, I want to share something about my family on social media, I will only share the good part with you. I won't share where we are abusing ourselves, or we don't abuse ourselves, by the way. I won't share when we are having issues. I won't share when we are grumpy at each other. No. So I just share that, and one lady let me know that, wow, that really blessed her. So I mean, situations like that, we just
impact. Wow.
Impact, yeah.
I picked some. Oh, we have 3 minutes left on the show. Ooh. Something jumped at me while you were saying that, and I just want to reiterate it just in case it might be helpful for somebody out there. And it is the fact that what is common knowledge to you, what is general knowledge to you, might be revelation for somebody.
Right.
Like you said, you just feel like everybody knows it, but guess what? That thing you just think is general knowledge might be that one thing. There might be that one person who needs to hear that, and he would be like, whoa, so that might be God telling you to start that thing right now. Share that knowledge that you have. In the last 2 minutes that I have, please tell us, for the singles listening out there and the married ones as well. You've mentioned your husband like 1 million 1 million billion times already in a short time, and you do that a lot even when we chat. There's always that reference to him along the line, and it's so cute. Just one advice for the singles and for the married.
Singles, just let the Lord lead you. And I'm glad you asked that question, because I remember when I met my husband and we were dating, a pastor of the church I was attending actually told me, oh, the Holy Spirit said, this is not your husband. I'm like, oh, okay. And I went back to do my own prayer, and I was 101 billion% sure that this man is my man. So the reason, and that I just had to share that, because a lot of people feel like their pastor has like the final say, but no, you are a child of God too, and God can speak to you too. So go to God and let God lead you, and do not be deceived by, have your wish list and whatnot, but just people say marry your friend. Yeah, marry your friend, but just marry somebody that just fear God. Somebody that if you want to do something like this, you first of all be like, okay, God. I fear God. Let me just not do it. And how do you know someone who fears God if you yourself, you are not led by the Spirit? So you have to be led by the Spirit. Let God himself be the one to tell you. So if any other person comes to tell you that, oh, I feel otherwise, be sure that you receive that leading. And thought that can end something so cool and whatnot, but sometimes thought that when you enter the routine, thought that can also will not sustain the thing, because on the days that you people really want to, you feel like blowing each other like this. It's going to take the fear of God in the two of you that now say, okay, no, you know what, I'm overstepping. So that's for the singles.
Right.
And for the married, just continue the fear of God, not new. Just it is the fear of God that is keeping us from killing each other. My husband is my most favorite person in the world. He's really cool, and not because he's perfect, but just because he fears God. You see that he does what he does because he fears God. I do what I do because I fear God. Sometimes, every marriage has its own issues. We've had our own issues, and the only thing that keeps us together is we know that, okay, this thing that you're doing now, if Jesus should come today, sometimes just more emotional blackmail. This thing you're doing now, if Jesus should come today, sure, you will go with Jesus. So you just think, I say, this thing I'm doing now, even is God proud of me?
Right.
And I'm calling myself a Christian. So it's the fear of God is just the basis of everything.
Wow, thank you so very much. We could go on chatting like that for the next 3 hours non-stop, but thank you so much, guys, for being a part of the show today. It's been such a pleasure, especially hosting Motara Odunayo on the show. Catch a repeat of the show at 4 p.m. and another at 10 p.m. West African time. On behalf of Nessa, Isaac, Sheyi, and every member of the Praiseworld team. We want to say God bless you. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye now. Time it is. It is the Praise the Clock Show, 10 a.m. West African time every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Every weekday right here on PraiseworldRadio.com. We have all the very best of news, gist, music, and so much fun. All right, so make sure you catch us every weekday. Follow us on social media, Twitter, Instagram at PraiseWorld_, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel on YouTube, Praiseworld TV. Oh, it's time. It's Praise the Clock. I'll see you.